Hi friends, let's have a look at the gross anatomy of the cerebrum. The cerebrum is also known as the telencephalon. It is the largest and also the most prominent part of the human brain. The cerebrum takes about 2/3 of the total weight of the human brain. It sits superiorly and anteriorly in the skull. Having known briefly about the cerebrum, let's delve deeply into its gross anatomy. In this video, we'll first of all look at the overall structure of the cerebrum and also take a close look at the internal structures of the cerebrum. In the overall structure of the cerebrum, it is important to note that the cerebrum has two hemispheres. The cerebrum is divided into two symmetrical halves which are known as the two cerebral hemispheres by a deep midline cleft known as the longitudinal fissure. The flux cerebri, which is a fold of dura mater, runs along this fissure, providing further separation between the two hemispheres. Let's have a look at the surface features of the cerebrum. The surface of each hemisphere is not smooth. Instead, they exhibit a highly folded appearance. These folds are known as gyri. They are separated by grooves called the sulci. This folding pattern dramatically increases the surface area of the cerebrum, thereby allowing for more neural tissues to be packed within the limited space of the skull. Let's talk about the lobes of the cerebrum. Each cerebral hemisphere is further divided into 4 lobes. Each of these lobes have specialized functions. Let's take them one after the other. Firstly, the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is located in the front of the brain. It is involved in higher order functions like planning, decision making, problem solving, and personality. The second lobe is the parietal lobe. It is situated behind the frontal lobe. The parietal lobe is responsible for the processing of sensory information like touch, pain, and temperature, as well as spatial awareness and navigation. Temporal lobe is the third lobe. It is found on the lateral side of the brain. The temporal lobe is crucial for hearing, memory, and emotional processing. The fourth lobe is the occipital lobe. It is located at the back of the brain. The occipital lobe is primarily responsible for visual processing. As we have been able to look at the external features of the cerebrum, let us now also have a look at the internal structures too. Beneath the convoluted outer layer of the cerebrum lies the white matter, which consists mainly of myelinated nerve fibers that connect different regions of the brain. These bundle together to form pathway called fasciculi. Deep within the white matter are clusters of gray matter structures known as the basal ganglia and thalamus. These structures play a vital role in motor control, sensory relay, and various other functions. We will take these structures one after the other. Firstly, we will go with the gray matter. The gray matter is the outermost layer of the cerebrum. It is about 2 to 4 mm thick. It is composed primarily of neural cell bodies, giving it a grayish coloration. This layer is called the cerebral cortex, and it is responsible for higher order cognitive functions such as consciousness, thought, memory, and language. The white matter of the cerebrum is the underlying layer of the cerebrum that is composed mainly of myelinated nerve fibers, which are responsible for communication between different brain regions. The white matter appears white due to myelin sheath that insulates the nerve fibers and therefore brings about faster signal transmission. The next structure is the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia is a group of interconnected nuclei located deep within the white matter. It is involved in motor control, learning, and habit formation. The thalamus is another internal structure of the cerebrum. It is a relay center located near the center of the brain. It is responsible for filtering and transmitting sensory information to the cerebral cortex. Also, in the internal structure of the cerebrum, there is a system of interconnected fluid-filled cavities known as the ventricles. These ventricles produce, circulate, and also absorb cerebrospinal fluid, which cushions the brain and the spinal cord. It also removes waste products and also helps to regulate intracranial pressure. The ventricles which are associated with the cerebrum include the lateral ventricles, These are two large C-shaped cavities located within the cerebral hemisphere. The third ventricle is another ventricle of the cerebrum located deep in the brain. It is a single ventricle connecting the lateral ventricle to the fourth ventricle. The fourth ventricle is another ventricle that is diamond in shape. It is located in the brainstem, which connects the central canal of the spinal cord. Alright guys, that is it on the gross anatomy of the cerebrum. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on all our social media handles. Use the hashtag Joen Academy to find us. Remain blessed.